Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I think just people care about the recency. It's always about like
hard recency bias.
Yeah, it's like, you know, year one you win. It's like no one even talks about that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we're just thinking of now. It's like if you dominate this year, then you kind of maybe you could walk out. You know how long Infinite lasts. It's like you could walk out as the Infinite dominator. So
totally,
it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, and we're going to have to look forward to that as the season is about to kick off, of course. But we got some more Halo to play. We've got some more LAN Halo to play, which is very, very exciting for everyone involved. It's going to be the same game types that we did see, but two different teams. Our first look at the new look FaZe Clan and the new look Optic Gaming here on LAN. What are your thoughts, Andy, on this series?
I mean, first of all, long-time rivalry, of course.
Intrigued.
Yeah, long-time rivalry between these teams and this org across many games, but most specifically because of the most recent online results. You know these teams might be even closer than others had suspected. Opening kill does come in right away from Renegade and Optic Gaming. We're underway here in our second series of the day. It's Optic Gaming up against FaZe.
Great shots from Renegade early on. Bound's going to get the second pick as well, which is going to give them a little bit of a numbers advantage. And already you can see the last two players who are alive are trapped at A at the moment. Formal already doing some damage to them. So FaZe certainly on the back foot, and Oddball immediately picked up as well. So a little bit of immediacy being shown by Optic Gaming here.
First 5 kills unanswered here for Optic Gaming. 0 kills across the board for FaZe off of the opening 2 rushes, which also leads to your first hold as Optic Gaming up with 20 points early on.
Formal shot camo as well. Suppressed is going to find that out, but he's going to have a little bit of fortune on each side as that camo just fades away as the trigger gets pulled. Suppressed and TriPPPeY will find a few. Formal can't quite find the head of Falcated as well, and this is looking like a pretty clean break coming through from the side of FaZe. The ball has to be played at the back of Blue, and they're already, with Pipes control, able to get that ball back in their hands.
Yeah, it was good timing because they kind of had to break there, right? Already down by 30. They almost went back-to-back-to-back 4 deads, but instead that they break, and they start to get a little bit of a hold here.
Now, Falcated, a player that is always highlighted as statistically looking very, very strong. I'm interested to see the kind of dynamic between him and Suppressed on this FaZe roster, because they were kind of the last guys standing, so to speak, when it came to players alive on their team, looking to pick up the scraps and play off the damage of the kills of their other players. But I feel like Falcated, when he's in a groove, when he can play this kind of position, is a player who's always going to put up good numbers for you. I think Falcated might be the, excuse me, it's going to be Suppressed. Maybe he has to just focus on taking a little bit more space. But to be honest, when Falcated's doing this kind of work, the space is going to be available to do what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. FaZe right back in this one as they finally find themselves 3 dead. That will be the break coming in here for the side of Optic. When we've been talking about this FaZe roster, Matt, we've been specifically looking at kind of where are they at chemistry-wise, speed and timing, like we talked about in the pregame. Is there anything that you think, if you look at a game like Recharge Oddball, that you're really looking for FaZe to make sure they do?
I think FaZe, the way they play is really almost structured based. I think Optic kind of beats them in the pacing category. I think just like the speed that Optic plays at, definitely quicker. But I think FaZe has such good like strategic, and the way they can hold the map, especially on Recharge, is very like a setup-based map. So I think they need to look into just holding their setups really tight and not playing too aggro.
Sure, get your damage to make sure that you're getting the continued 3 and 4 deads, not letting it get scrappy and things like that.
The second camo of the game is going to go over to Optic Gaming. That's 2 in a row for them. Formal with the first, Lqgend with the second, and Lqgend gently tossing an oddball off to a teammate so that he can go to work and use that camo to its highest efficiency. Optic now with 50 points on the board, doubling up on FaZe. It's been a hold for a hold for a hold at the moment. It's Optic with that first hold around 20 seconds. Answer back by FaZe, and now it's going to be Optic who go into the lead with their second 20-plus second hold of the game.
I like that from Lqgend. Here, you hold this. I've got things to do. I don't have time to be holding this ball. 63 now on the board. Renegade is the first to fall in the latest battle, though, so this long haul, pretty important 1v1. Lqgend makes sure he gets the trade on Sneaky. 3 dead for Optic Gaming. Formal is your last player alive. Should be some time here for FaZe.
He gets the play ball, but also stays alive, importantly here, which is going to give Optic an opportunity to get back on the map. And as you can see, a 4v4, even though a bit more map space is going to be controlled here by FaZe Clan, it is going to give Optic a chance to maybe contest that odd ball and make it a little bit more uncomfortable for FaZe to move in and get a little bit of time. 71 points to 21 at the moment, and you can see that it's going to take a grapple to get that ball back in the hands of FaZe here. Suppressed is going to have that ball, and it'll be FaZe scoring once more.
Just going to snag that. He's ready to drop and shoot on Pipes, of course, if he needs to, or make a rotate back here. 3 players alive for each side. This will be a big kill if they can get rid of Formal on stage, but you can't get rid of the Formal on Recharge ever.
That's a very crucial kill.
Big kill, big kill.
That's a big kill. I mean, let's say that, you know, strafe speed's been reduced. Jiggle peek is not going to be quite as effective.
You can always jiggle.
I think we need to. I think we need to send the evidence. That's all I'm saying.
You can always jiggle.
We got some evidence.
I say the same, and not just a Halo. You can really always hit a nice jiggle, nice wiggle.
Just right there.
Boom. Formal with a big kill. Camo's not yet burned. Renegade's going to try to make a move for it. Pznguin will fall. That was 4 dead in the end. Suppress is your first spawner, which means the unburned camo now becomes a camo for Renegade. Only 25 points to go for them in the round.
Yeah, another camo going to Optic Gaming. Controlled this power-up so effectively. And now, Renegade's responsibility is to get some information for his team. Maybe looking for the flank on TriPPPeY. He's got the timing, maybe not quite there to keep Bound alive, but Bound hits the body shot. It will be cleaned up, and FaZe, unfortunately, are going to be 3 dead here, and it's going to be Pznguin who is last alive, trying to force the time on this oddball, but with 98, 99, 100 points on the board, it's going to be Optic who strike first here.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what you said, man. It really was when things got kind of scrappy and dicey, Optic just runs away with it and knows how to get those last kills and begin to rotate.
That's just a clinical round by Optic. You can just tell, even like Renegade with the camo, he's playing it so smart. He just top stacks with the camo, he's not moving and just letting people move around him, and he knows like they're panicking, especially with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, absolutely. Early on in this round, I think it'd be nice to get into an Optic Gaming listen and see if they can pick up exactly where they left off. Let's get into a listen in here with Optic Gaming.
Bottom beer.
Not a ball yet. They might have grapple, they have shock.
Okay, red steps up, top red. Less than top red, less than top red.
Look for this camera kid. He has camera
I
kid.
killed him. One stack. Less.
Ballage on me, fuck. Ballage, he's hitting turret, man.
Yeah, one's a
Give us that, we gotta live.
Ballage big fell.
Right big ball here.
One carry.
Ballage, one shot.
Yeah. One absolute 2 jump balls.
We're spawning A. Trying to get eyes.
What's size?
I can go 2.
Bottom blue. Yeah, one's bottom blue.
One's a gold 2 fell. Shot.
Yeah.
That's hitting pipes here.
Go to me, fell. 2 shot gold fell.
Pipes.
There's
Two gold.
You bottom here.
One carry. He's just looking one carry. Hold one carry.
Bottom tier.
Ping one carry. And 2 guys on ball.
Life sweet, big lives.
I have a pinch.
Okay, spot for them maybe.
On ball. Nice.
The
turbine now. He's gonna be puncher. I'm nading you.
Go on.
One shot. Drop me ball.
Let's go up, ballage.
He got it.
Ballage.
Last guy.
Could be beyond it. One's too good. One pipe.
Far now, grapple that.
Cameras this one here.
One pipe.
Go here.
I hear Cameron Jason.
Top guy, Mike, quick.
I'm gonna go last.
Bottom here.
Needles, press.
Top right, watch
Needles,
top
press.
right.
Needles,
Put me.
press. Needles. Needles, press.
Got one.
One's A.
Ball 2.
Might have 2 here. Two dead, guys. Campbell's coming now.
Okay.
Have a grapple.
I'm just
Half weak. Fell.
One guy, Stefan.
Apple fell.
It's alright. I've fallen.
I've done it.
we're getting time here, guys.
Well, as we jump out the comms, the score is looking this time in the favor of FaZe at the start of this game. It's Optic now who have a little bit of ball control, but I just want to ask you, Matt, a little bit about that listening. What do you take away from those comms? It seems like Optic pretty calm, pretty composed.
Yeah, I feel like not as much energy as I was expecting. I think it's a little. I feel like they're trying to be maybe too calm, or it's nothing bad. I can just tell it's maybe the passion isn't fully there. It's like the first series of the day, and they're probably first game on land. Sometimes it takes a little bit to like warm up the comms and kind of get the energy going. But I saw Formal; he wasn't blinking; he was looking locked in. So,
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I agree. It's almost like composure at this stage can be prioritized over like maybe the 10% more hype that you need to like be playing your best.
Especially
Halo.
the first game. I feel like that's where you kind of get your footing. The first game of the land, first game. You just gotta like make sure your screen is good before everything else is. Because you want to start the game, you're screaming, getting super hectic,
missing shots.
Yeah,
totally.
Always gotta focus on your screen.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to notice here is, even though we still have FaZe with an early lead, every time, they call him the human UAV for a reason. Every time you're on Formal's POV, when he was staying alive in pipes, then rotates Whirlpool, then gets the comms about the tower, one guy, then goes pipes, gets a double kill. Like, it's amazing, and it's an inspiring level of comms still here from Formal. So expect them to start to put some points on the board, but FaZe playing much better in this round.
Playing better, but I just want to highlight as well, we're saying inspiring numbers from Formal. He's 18-9.
Yeah.
We didn't mention
I'm inspired.
That. He's 18-9 in this game with 37 seconds of ball time as well. So he's doing the heavy lifting as well as the slaying for his team at the moment. TriPPPeY, good damage onto one, as well as picking up the first kill, but a little bit of a low scoring start to the second round. Been very, very scrappy.
Lqgend tries to get away here, but been the objective man so far. 67 objective points on the board here. Able to stay alive bottom mid with the Shroud. Renegade trades it out to a dead apiece now, as that shock will be down top gold. Next camo coming up in just 7 seconds.
TriPPPeY going to his home, towards the TriPPPeY corner.
Should have known he was there.
Should have known. Let's get the kill
Classic
on
Trip.
3 dead for Optic Gaming, 2 dead on the side of FaZe. Sprest is just trying to play his life here, trying to stay alive, and the longer that he does so, the more the opportunity to grab that odd ball is going to be there for his FaZe teammates. But
the ring around the Rosie!
The ring around the Rosie, and he will indeed win that individual, but still I mean, Matt, I want to talk to you a little bit about how scrappy this game is. Like, what's it like to be in these kind of scenarios? Because it feels like no one can get the numbers to comfortably grab that ball at the moment.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I actually love how FaZe is playing now. They're actually picking up the pace and like constantly fighting them. I think that's the biggest thing, is if you're going to play this slow on this map, Optic's just going to keep pressuring you, and you're going to kind of fall over. I think that's what we saw in the first round. They had you don't give yourself any chance. Right. Now that they're like, you see these fights, they're winning the fights. Once you start winning fights, that's when the game turns around. This game is a lot about individual fights, especially in year 4 Halo Infinite, and I think we're seeing that right now. They're just winning the gunfights, and now look at the round.
Also pretty impressive, the response from round 1 to round 2, right? It's not easy. It's not surprising with the caliber of players, but that's not easy to do as 3 are dead again for Optic Gaming. Not easy to do from round 1 to adjust and realize exactly what you need to do. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think just the round 1, I think they got warmed up now, and I can tell, like, look, Falcated shooting, Suppress is winning 1v1s. You can tell they're putting way more pressure, and I think they actually might come out to win. I might just jinx it, but we'll see.
It's interesting to see that, like, FaZe really don't seem to be prioritizing that off ball at the moment. They're just happy to keep numbers on their side, and you get the feeling that the lead is that thin at the moment that it only takes, it was 1 kill that goes there against them, and all of a sudden Optic probably can get into the lead, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Lqgend doesn't need to be asked twice to go for that off ball. Obviously, they have to make that play.
We need that.
There's slippy stairs, man. Slippy stairs, come on.
Oh, looks like he was going to go Hydro, then started the A rotate, then based on the spawns, goes back to Hydro. Are they going to have to play it here?
3 dead. Looking like they are going to have to play it.
This should go in FaZe's favor. I think FaZe should be now in red playing for new ball. That's a good trade, and I think they should be able to get the new ball with 10 seconds left.
3 dead. TriPPPeY was the only player alive.
Oh, Bound's under pressure, though, from the turbine.
Uh-oh.
As the shield's broken. Can they tie it up? 28-28, 10 seconds left.
TriPPPeY needs to play this slow.
TriPPPeY needs to live. If TriPPPeY lives, then there's going to be an opportunity. 2 players still alive here to try and contest. It's 3 dead on the side of Optic, though. And with A spawns, we go into overtime here. It's going to be grabbed. You wonder if they maybe had an opportunity to get that second to prevent the overtime.
I think Suppress could have grabbed the ball right there. I think there was a chance, but maybe he wanted to play it safe and not desperate and maybe lose the round. I think he played it maybe a little too safe, but...
I don't know, Renegade was a door, right? I think that was probably an opportunity to all in it, but I guess you could have a very tricky overtime if you do that,
And maybe he didn't see the clock either,
It's a working out. That's the good thing for FaZe. They're not going to look back on this by the looks of things and think we made a mistake there. They've played it well. They've been patient. They've made sure they played their numbers. They played the advantages that they did have, and now Pznguin with this camo is just going to body block.
2 stickies as well. This is big.
Should be able to at least get a trade out of this situation and keep
I like
TriPPPeY
this
alive.
play. I think they can play time and drop the ball and just slay.
Just being obnoxious here.
Great play with camo.
Really nicely done, and still hasn't even burned those stickies. Yep, still has those for Bat Ledge and anyone trying to grab ball. Imagine.
I get stuck by that. I get stuck by that 9 times out of 10 in matchmaking.
Here we go. Here comes the Optic push, though. TriPPPeY is down, so it should be an easy... Ooh, ball's actually played here to Stacks. Interestingly.
Suppressed and Foul got some really big kills in and around pipes there just to keep Optic away from the comfortable rotate with that ball. And now, if you're looking at the map and where the Optic members are positioned, they're all on the outside of the map, and that off-ball's in the middle. So FaZe have good eyes on that off-ball. Everyone who's going to go towards it is going to be cut down, and it's looking like FaZe are going to answer back here and get their first round on the board.
3 dead, 4 dead. Former last player alive as the clock ticks down. That's going to be it.
That is indeed going to be it. So FaZe will tie our off-ball up at 1-1. Well, we take it away from that one. Very different feeling round.
Yeah, that was a very good round by FaZe. I mean, I could have been both ways. I almost jinxed it, and then I counter-jinxed it, so I'm glad to see FaZe going for round 3.
That's very kind. Big brain Halo coming in from you to jinx counter-jinx. We usually forget the counter jinx. We actually
always counter jinx. That's right. I've told PJ enough. You got to always counter jinx.
Okay, we've exclusively for about the past 10 years been jinxing and not knowing that we
but then you got to counter jinx the jinx.
That actually explains a lot of our careers.
I'm getting far too in the jinx meta here that I wasn't aware of.
It's meta jinxing.
Deep jinx.
We're gonna have to sit down afterwards and really talk this through. But for now, let's talk about FaZe.
If we had a pen and paper, it'd be really helpful too, because I'm having trouble visualizing.
I'm a visual learner, so if you could bring an easel.
We're both visual learners, which means we're not really good at learning.
Off the break here, it's going to be FaZe who are trying to clean up a little bit of damage. It's going to be a killing spree right at the start of this round for Suppressed. There's another one for him. Clearing out the elevator, making sure that the space is created for Falcated to move that ball a little bit more comfortably towards pipes. And off the break, it's going to be FaZe who put Optic under a little bit of pressure here.
Anything you're expecting, Matt, here for Optic to do to prevent FaZe from playing a similar round?
I think they have to stop Suppressed. He's 29-17. I think he's kind of the X factor on this team. He's like a hard slayer. And when he's getting his kills,
every kill
he can shoot with Optic so well. So I think kind of now that he's picking up pace, I don't know if they can stop this.
Yeah, I love the Suppress storyline. If you think about the 16 players here, Suppress is one of those, along with even somehow still Foul, that like still doesn't have the respect that they deserve and is very much like you said, still writing kind of that story, and it feels like for maybe not the right reason, still having to prove themselves because they hasn't gotten the respect he deserves. So as you said, with numbers like 30 and 19 right now, it's pretty impressive. Yeah,
especially Suppress. He's been playing with Renegade, Shotzzy, that kind of group of players, Falcated. So, you know, it's a little bit of rivalry going on with them.
Didn't quite charge up the plasma pistol there. It's a little bit of a heartbreak.
I gotta say, it's always kind of comedic
it
when the plasma pistol doesn't manage to get charged. It's anticlimactic and funny.
Well, Legend's got to kind of rally the troops here a little bit. He's got the most objective time, but 15 and 24 for him. Not the most standout of stat lines for the Frenchman. Pznguin in the 1v1, and Pznguin going to win that 1v1. And very rare that we see Legend in those situations with a little bit of high ground advantage lose those ones, but like you mentioned, Matt, 1v1 is so important in this year of Infinite, and if you lose them, it can hurt you.
Oh, it can swing the game completely.
And I don't want to discount it because look at his objective time, but surprising to see Legend 15 and 25 in this game. Of course, he's leading the game by quite a margin in objective, so I don't want to put too much stock in that, but still, like you said, it's surprising to see him losing 1v1s and things like that. And what looked like after the first round was going to be, by the way, 4 dead for Optic Gaming. What looked like it was going to be a go-ahead, first of all, lead now for FaZe Clan as they take the lead in the round. All of a sudden, Optic Gaming on the back foot.
What I've noticed with Optic, it seems like even the pacing's off just a little bit. I can tell Legend's like kind of running out, and I feel like his teammates either they're just not following up exactly what he's doing, and maybe that's why you're seeing the stat line. Yeah, I just feel like he's kind of just first in, and no one's really following up.
Maybe trying to make something happen seconds before they can actually do it. I think I've seen the same thing, for example, when he was flying out long haul and trying to maybe make damage in needles, etc. Maybe moments prior to his team being able to help in LE or control and things like that.
Especially in this game, the pacing can just come from out of you. Like you don't know where you're or where it's coming from, and yeah, you can just definitely get lost.
Absolutely,
spamming deaths.
Should be a forced play ball. It's a dangerous scenario. Now 67-33 here, an opportunity to see if we can hear from FaZe Clan as they might steal this game out from underneath Optic Gaming. Let's get into a listen in with FaZe Clan.
Bottom A, Renegade, 2-shot bottom A, and missing 1.
Top red sniping, top red sniping.
Bottom red side.
Camel 20, guys. Camel 20.
One is like sitting bottom A, just sitting Mango Pit, looking tower. I'm
gonna go bottom A. I'm gonna go bottom A. Camel 15. Camel 15.
I hear that.
Bottom A snipe.
Shroud up.
Top A weak, guys? No. Yo, bottom A weak, top A headshots too, guys. Neither as well. Neither.
Neither, 1 shot. This guy bottom reset.
Either still 1, turn right 1.
Camel 5. Camel 5.
Yeah, let's weak.
Bottom A reset. Bottom A reset.
Bottom A, guys. Bottom A.
Camel now. Camel now.
Bottom A, guys.
Bottom A dead.
Stay nice, Camel, guys.
2 gold door. I'm just getting ball. I'm leaving these guys.
Sniping under red, sniping under red.
Red set.
Enemy has the ball.
Look at me,
Bottom
down.
reset.
Gold door.
Bottom reset.
Gold door, are you?
I'm go door.
We're here.
Shot.
I'm sorry.
Stay left, guys.
Mid-bridge and gold. Mid-bridge.
Mid-bridge,
Neither.
Nice, yeah. Try neither.
Neither.
Gold door on you. Gold door in, triangle. Triangle weak.
Triangle dead.
Nice, Sonny. Yo, I'm watching the cross. You're good.
Whole cross.
Yeah, bottom A, maybe. I am twice. One time.
Bottom A weak.
Nice. Yo, just whole cross.
Get ball. Watch. Still tired.
Long haul weak.
I saw you say
2 shot long.
I'm just blocking you, Mike.
I'm raising.
Nice.
Long, full weak, watch out, long, weak, long.
Turn around, guys. Look neither.
We can't.
We just saw him with the odd ball in his hands, but off the back of that kill, bottom A, I mean, all of us sat on the couch here, eyebrows, 6 of them went upwards, because we were like, okay.
Suppress is winning every fight. I think that this is like the perfect into another kill. Like, he's also 39 and 21.
And he also like fakely was gonna grab the ball. Like, I think we were all positive because the comms were like, get ball, and he just doesn't, and instead finishes the 1 shot. It's perfect. 8 points to go.
And it's looking like FaZe might be able to strike first here. If they can close this round out, it's going to be 2 dead though. Optic are making a desperate play towards the end of this.
Can you imagine?
7 points required, but Optic do have 2 FaZe Clan members in the death screen right now, and it looks like what is kind of formulating into a setup here around this long haul, but I wonder if Formal's going to try and move this one towards blue so they have a play ball opportunity, but again, that's a risk because the reset could come in and FaZe only need those few points.
Look at the damage. By the way, holding pipes. They're trying to sell this pipes push, which is risky here. That's all landing the pipes. The first kills do come in here for Optic.
Optic has such a good setup. The TriPPPeY gets his kill. It's really huge.
Formal holding this ball. Formal going to take Optic into a lead. It was only 7 points required by FaZe. Here's TriPPPeY. He'll get it, but he'll be traded out almost immediately. It's a 2v2. Here comes TriPPPeY again. It's Falcated who wins it. That's a trade from Renegade. Bound would take down Suppress. Was that stick? No, he just narrowly misses.
Stays alive.
Bound gets around the corner, and from the jaws of defeat,
dude.
Optic Gaming will take game number 1, and that is We've just learned something about Optic, I feel there. That's some good ice being shown early on in this series.
By the way, going into the listen-in, it was 60-37 in favor of FaZe.
It was 93 to 60 something?
It was 93-60. My God. I would say that game one had it all. That had everything we would have wanted in terms of kind of a little bit of a false lead coming in early for Optic. Amazing round 2 from FaZe, and honestly an amazing round 3 from them up until the final moments. And Optic proving that they've got the clutch factor. That's a tough one, Matt, for the side of FaZe to take.
Suppress just went LeBron James and for nothing, I guess.
Statistically, look at this Optic on the Optic side. No one went positive. No, Formal went positive.
Just Formal, yeah.
Everyone else goes negative, and they win the 2 rounds of oddball.
Yeah,
that is. I think that's still a good sign because it's kind of like, okay,
doing
we're
the
not.
right things.
Yeah, we're not even. You're being efficient. You're not. You're still winning. So just think about it. Imagine if they're getting their kills, they're doing their damage. You know, maybe Lqgend had like a bit of an off game or something, and it's like you're still winning that.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at that,
You're
it's
right.
like imagine if we're shooting a little bit better or whatever, and the game is probably not even close.
Especially because even Bound just broke 11K damage going -4. So I think, like, yeah, when you start to look at the larger stats picture, I agree. You start to see exactly what went down. But, man, the clutch factor in the end, you have to think maybe they just needed a little bit more of a specific rotate out of gold to prevent Optic from being able to get that ball that was kind of partially played into kind of TriPPPeY and Bats. In the end, it's an easy hold for Optic Gaming. Like you said, that setup was too tough. And how about Lqgend also staying alive the way he did in long to prevent the glass push? Plays like this from Formal, things like that, just so tough to take them down. And in the end, they clutch it up.
Yeah, I think there has to be a follow-up for when Suppress throws the ball at the end. There has to be a follow-up play after that. If you're up and there's 8 seconds left and they need like 40 or 37 or whatever it was, there needs to be a long con play.
Take a
you
second.
need to think of like, what's 4 steps later? You're gonna throw the ball, then what? They kind of, I feel like they threw it out and it was like, I feel like they got the setup and it was over. There was no, they had full map control. It's like, I didn't really get to see what happened on the map, but
yeah,
I
think all we could see from our POV, we were kind of watching it from long and glass. It felt like they were all ending a pipes push, but got delayed by nades. So then you're like embarrassingly waiting on Pizza in heaven, and you can't even go pipes yet. Yeah.
And then there's one guy back blue, and he's distracting the guy. It's like there's too much. They're kind of split. It's like I think right there they could have just took mid and walked through mid. Because think about it, there's 2 pipes, one back blue and the ball guy. You just hit mid. What's the blue guy gonna do? They all have to come on the middle of the map. But I think they're trying to hit pipes. It's like you just need to hit the middle of the map, and the people in the outer need to come inner. Exactly. So that's how you kind of break that.
Yeah.
Really important trades from Optic as well, in and around the sneaky, just outside of blue as well in those final moments. It just felt like, you know, Foul picked up one and you were like, oh, is this going to be like an opening for them to just grab that ball at the end? And then another, I think Renegade throws a little bit of a Hail Mary grenade in to get that trade, and it just created that space for them to finally get that set up. So Optic, smiles on faces, or certainly on Renegades. Everyone else is looking forward to game 2, but a little bit of a, like I mentioned, a little bit I showed at the end of that round, showing that they're going to play till the final whistle when it comes to those game types. And now we head towards a little bit more Origin, but a little Slayer to play here.
Man, did you guys ever look good on this game set, man?
Did we?
Yeah, you did. And specifically, just like, yes, it was kind of frosty lead.
I know exactly what he's doing. He's fishing for compliments. He's done this before.
No, because like,
oh, did we? Tell me more.
No, sometimes I die and I'm like, we lost.
Well,
like,
I mean, you guys were,
no, because we're down by I think like 5 or something.
Right
like
around there.
I think the beginning started a little rough, and I was like, oh, this is how Origin.
Well, first you were up 8-4. First you were up 8-4. 5-1 and then 8-4.
Okay, so we blatantly choked. Got it. Sorry, I thought to make sure we're on the same page. I think I died a couple times. I was like, oh, this is how this game's gonna go. Like it's kind of like Origin gets a little weird because it's a new map. So sometimes you're like, they spawn behind you, and you're like, oh, you didn't know. Right. Just like kind of, you know how there's rockets snipe and get very snowbally a little bit. So
well, don't worry, Brad went 15-7.
Yeah, that guy. Like God forbid we get off Coliseum. Like sorry, Origin. He loves this
This
map.
is a safe couch.
Oh, okay.
I think we described it as if like if you have to pick a map and a player that go synonymously together, you probably pick Frosty and Origin.
No, this map came out and he's filming from the mouth. I was like, you gotta relax, man.
He was posting clips like right away, and to be honest, I'm not sure how much of screen watching you were able to do, but he opened the game and ended the game like with snipe, and then went 15-7.
Yeah.
So
I think he spawns in with a snipe. I'm not kidding.
It was
I'm convinced.
iconic.
We spawned the flag. You have sniper ready?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, let's see if Optic can go 2 up in the series, or if FaZe will be able to answer back here. It's an early lead for Optic, but only a slender one. But Renegade, speaking of sniper rifles, this man's hit some clips on this map over the years as well, but can't quite find the angle onto the flag. But now he'll find the visor of Pznguin. That gets shattered.
He had to recalibrate it. It was a little miscalibrated. He's good now.
Happens.
In the maze. Stays alive, gets damage. Finally, he comes in. 3 dead, so now an early lead here. 8-5. For Optic Gaming, but as we know, on a map like Origin, you're going to have to do it and do it again in terms of rotating to make sure you keep the lead. But off the opening rush, it is Optic with the lead. 2 players on 3 kills apiece.
I like this play by Renegade. He left snipe and went to the elbow.
Yeah.
It's so hard to even get a chance to kill him because now he can see the whole map. Look how Formal's playing it, hiding in the cave. They're all just playing for John to basically not die.
I was going to say that, and you just ruined my next commentary piece. So thanks, Matt.
I'm learning as we go. I'm getting too good.
I'll be putting the fries in the bag soon enough.
But yeah, Matt, it's amazing to have you with us for this series here. It's been a lot of fun so far. If you're just joining us, Optic Gaming leading FaZe Clan 1-0. We saw Shopify take down SSG earlier, which gave World 2 an opportunity to join us here in the booth.
I gotta say, by the way, that the way that FaZe have actually flooded the snipe side, even though Renegade was trying to take some angles in the elbow, really impressive to keep this. I mean, you're thinking about the pressure and the shots that were available for Renegade to hit there. He barely had any opportunity to actually hit bodies due to the numbers that were put on the snipe side. And now, speaking of hitting bodies, it's going to be a double kill here for Suppress. Lqgend goes down as well. It's 3 dead for Optic. Formal's just come off spawn as well. So this has been a really strong push. And from what looked like complete map control for Optic, FaZe have flipped it around.
Yeah, that was beautiful from FaZe. I think the biggest thing is do not let Renegade have the sniper and you don't give him any chances. Look what happens. He's instantly dead. His whole team falls over, and now look at the kill lead.
Yeah, really impressive. Able to come back here because not easily done against a team like this and on a map like this, despite trailing 9-5 moments ago. Now up 17-14, just like that.
Rocket's coming up as well, so that's why you're seeing Renegade try and transition. That's a really sneaky route. He's taking down bottom grass through the trenches, and now he might pick up a kill. Will certainly contribute towards 2 for Optic, which brings them back now within 1 kill themselves, and is going to force the rest of FaZe to be spawning away from those rockets, and Lqgend is going to gladly grab them. Falcated with some really good shots here, and he has 1 to play with. Going to challenge as well.
Oh, God.
Has to use the second, but at least gets the kill.
Lqgend getting the furthest splash damage on each of those rockets to like ever record a kill in the game. But just like that, 20-17 now in favor of Optic. As you said, off of the great base control as well as rocket grab. Big kills coming in here at this moment in the game.
Lqgend starting to find a little bit of momentum here. 6-4 in this game, no assists, but certainly contributing to the stat line of 24-19 for the squad. And Renegade gets another opportunity with the snipe, and as Suppressed falls down from the heavens, he gets sent to hell thanks to the sniper rifle of Renegade.
I think this is where we're going to see Optic pull away. Another sniper in their hands, and the kill lead just up by 7. I think this is where they can pull away.
That was amazing. As he was falling from top rocks, Renegade like force choked him to like keep him at a certain height. Takes his head off as he's falling. Beautifully done, and a beautiful shot now. Here comes the elbow side push, but lots of presence along the base and flag, and looks like it might be an easy collapse, but to be honest, with these players and with Snipe still in Renegade's hands, not too easy, certainly easier said than done.
Yeah, Optic a little bit trapped in the base at the moment, but like you say, well, a couple of body shots from Renegade trying to play around his teammates' bodies might change this for them. However, pressure still coming in, but there is Bound. There's the trade out from TriPPPeY, but TriPPPeY will find another. It's a 1v1 on the map right now. TriPPPeY versus Lqgend. But most importantly here for FaZe, does recollect this sniper rifle, but Legend's pressuring him. TriPPPeY gets that kill though, and will be able to stay alive with 2 more bullets to play with.
Yeah, nicely done here. We were at a moment just a bit ago, 2 kills ago, where it felt like maybe FaZe was going to start to bring this back, and actually, don't want to speak too soon, they've started to do that, now only trailing by 3. TriPPPeY with just a few shots left, and Snipe somehow stays alive. 2-kill game just like that.
It's crazy how the game keeps swinging. It goes from a 7-kill lead from 1, and it keeps flip-flopping. It feels like whoever has the sniper, it kind of goes good, and then it turns sideways. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta say, FaZe, a lot of respect to not collapsing on what might have been a tempting collapse on the opposite base, with Renegade, like we said, sitting pocket with Snipe. If you really try to rush that too fast, you totally are gonna just kind of be on the receiving end of a lot of kills, but instead, they're patient with it. They perfectly timed their pushes, and now we're tied at 31.
Really good shots, and I like the positioning from TriPPPeY as well with his sniper rifle. Hits a body of Formal, not quite the head. But it feels like FaZe, every time there's a fight on this snipe side of the map where there's not a power weapon involved, it seems like FaZe seem to be coming out on top of it. They get those first picks, they follow up on that damage, and now TriPPPeY still has a snipe shot left, and now you have Foul with the rockets as well. This is another big power swing in the match, and this is highly in the favor of FaZe here.
By the way, TriPPPeY really the only standout at 10-7, which isn't saying much when you look at a game that's 34-33. Usually there's another outlier on the board at some point, but that's how close this game is. Another killing spree comes in for Falcated, and now he's now 10-8 as well. TriPPPeY goes to 12-8, so now FaZe starting to pull away. The question is, can they keep it up?
I really like this play from Foul, though. He doesn't want to give a death away. He's hoping a teammate's going to come to help him with that final player alive, but Formal getting out of that situation with a trade. Those kind of kills that go your way or go against you can be big moments in this game.
TriPPPeY gets a perfect kill. I'm not going to say anything about the shots that came from the other side of the map in that scenario. Now 40-36 here. FaZe trying to perform on the home stretch, but
Snipes up.
If this game has indicated anything, there's a little bit more to play.
Yeah, this is a big sniper. I think this will John gets another sniper. This is the third one he's had off spawn.
Yeah.
I think FaZe need to try to get bodies on the snipe when it comes up. I think that's like the biggest thing. They've missed 3 of them now.
Here comes TriPPPeY. I think he's going to go right in.
That's a good trade.
Yeah, good collapse. And they're also going to pick up snipes. Suppress was there as well, so now 43-42. Excuse me, 41. Just a 2-kill game.
He's under so much pressure right now. He has to hit some big shots. Formal, oh, he's going to slide in. He's going to be able to clean him up. Formal will collect the sniper rifle as well. And even though we are a tied game here at 43 apiece, Formal finding this sniper rifle might be the difference maker. As Peng will be his next victim. And look, he's got so much info. I think he saw numerous bodies there at back flag from FaZe.
At least saw 3. Falcated very lucky he didn't get his face ripped off with that back flag spawn. Just a 1-kill, now 2-kill lead as Bound picks up another one. Pressure still on the flag. It's going to be Bound and Lqgend working together here. Even more angles on the cave from Snipe and Elbow. 47-44. It's great positioning coming in on these last 3 kills.
Suppress going to be challenging. Formal just trying to hold down this elbow at the moment. Suppress is going to try and fly down and finish it off. Formal teaches him a lesson about chasing. You don't do that when Formal's got a snipe. 1 kill to go here for Optic. Bound the last player alive though. This is doable here for FaZe, but they cannot trade to Bound, who's in a great position to try and trade.
Wait a minute, they don't go. They do not send 2 to Bound, and that's it. And in the end,
I think Lqgend spawned behind them, or someone spawned in the cave. Wow, that was very unfortunate. That was a good play by Bound. I'm surprised they didn't go try hunt him down.
I thought they were going to flood Fountain and Snipe
Yeah,
Street.
he was. I think they either went like a sneaky spot and they couldn't find him because they kind of like they just assumed he left, but he was still there the whole time.
Yeah,
playing on those outskirts. I think they were maybe worried about just trading. Like you know, if you look over that and he just gets a couple of shots and that trade comes in, it's game. It's just I think you've got to give credit to Bound for his position in that situation. Just making FaZe think, like, do we push this?
These are some insane games.
Really insane games.
The leads, the swings that keep happening. It goes from a 7-kill lead, you're like, oh, Optic should walk away with this. And then it comes from FaZe, and then FaZe is up by 4, and then it's like, it's just back and forth.
So back and forth. And just think about it. If 1 kill, and no exaggeration there and not hyperbole, 1 kill goes different in both of the games that we just watched. This is 2-0.
Well, imagine Formal doesn't snipe him bottom mid.
Exactly.
And it's not a 1 kill. Like, he's dead. 1 bullet sniped down. It's not 48 or 49, 47 or whatever it was. It's like, it could be a whole different game. That is a very clutch shot.
Well, what it does mean is that Optic now find themselves 2 up in the series. And with a chance of closing out in the next one, here's some of the highlights that we did see coming in from our previous matchup. Some nice headshots being hit, but I mean the decisive one, like you mentioned, the Formal one. And I think there's a couple of plays that Formal made when you look at the bigger picture of that game that were swing moments. You look at that kill that he got on to Falcated in the cave when he's last alive. Just when you're last alive, getting trades is so important now in Infinite, just to allow your teammates to get back on the map. Is that something you try like push as a team yourselves? It's like if you're last alive, you can trade, win. Like that's a great thing for you to do.
Halo's all a game boat trades. Even the kill in the cave. Like I'm surprised no one came and helped Falcate. He played it so good. He shot him 4 times, hit in the corner. He's like, all right, teammates. And then I was like, well, where? Like, the fact that someone gets a kill there, imagine like it's another like all these kills matter. You see how they lose by 2 or 3 kills? It's like imagine they don't trade there. It's like the game come out so different. So it's like just those little deaths. Like you don't think it matters, but I mean even right here. Like that, if he doesn't hit that, like, it's a beautiful shot.
Very, very different looking game if he doesn't hit it, but that's why he's Formal. That's why he's one of the most winning players we've seen in esports history. He hits those shots when it matters, and now we head to CTF Aquarius, where we saw one of the fastest ever flag caps from your team.
We're debating whether it was a 4-second run or a 5-second run.
It was sub 5
on your back-to-back cap.
What? Do you remember it? Was it so? Did it happen so quickly?
Okay, after the flag standoff. Remember
you guys see me run the flag? How was my form out there?
No. Actually, very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, which one? Am I doing multiple runs? Is that what you're saying?
No. At one point, someone tried to throw you the flag in the window, and you just ran out the window. And
that was great, actually.
Well, I need kills. Why are we throwing me the flag? You know this. Perfect. Why are you guys throwing the flag?
I loved it because you didn't even go flag and shoot for a second. You were like, nah, and you just booked it.
Did that actually happen?
You didn't even look him in the eyes. This is running the flag like this. You're like, I'm out. I got work to do.
I have them muted or something. I didn't even know that happened.
It was good. No, it was like exactly. That's like the point. That's why we loved it. Is because you're like, no. I'm going car ledge. I'm going to shoot some shit.
I'm just so allergic to it. Like he threw it, and I was like, I need to just get away.
You're like, you're gonna go shroom stairs.
Like,
I'm gonna
just cap the flag. I'm gonna get a double kill. Like, just worry about yourself.
We're talking about the one after the flag standoff. Last shot, he ran it bottom middle. So you went 2-1 up,
capped, and had 3 dead. So flag standoff ends. You have 3 dead. You cap immediately start to run stellar spawns like pink door.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that one. Yes.
And you guys ran bottom mid.
It was quick.
It was sub 5. I'm convinced it's sub 5
seconds
without throwing it up.
With throwing it up.
Oh, we threw it up.
You weren't in the window that time. That's a different.
Wow. I'm just. Am I playing the game? Like, what am I doing?
Well, here's the
Team
thing.
Slayer?
You were slaying the whole time. That's why it's
Yeah.
good. It tells us even more. Like, we suspected this about your gameplay, but it tells us even more that you're slaying so hard that you don't know what else is going on anywhere else, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're like, listen, if there's no one alive on the map, you guys can do
No,
it.
we should
yeah.
win.
Okay,
We
I
should
do
win.
remember that. Yeah, I think I was Engine, and then Psycho was in the closet. We just had him in a full like blender. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Okay.
It was quick.
Yeah, you had one pink spawner stellar as we get ready to go now into this next map. The second time we'll see Aquarius today. We talked a lot about just how fantastic that first matchup was on this map. Now we get to see FaZe and Optic. The question is, can FaZe find the way to ice up in the late game? If you're just joining us, Optic with 2 clutch wins in games 1 and 2 to now lead the series 2-0 and be 1 game away from closing out your second series of the day. How much gas does FaZe Clan have left in the tank? That's the question.
Well, they've been super close games. That's the thing. Very, very close games. 2-1 in the oddball. A few seconds separating that first game and a few kills separating the second, and some big, big plays right at the end. The standout one from Formal with that big headshot. Can FaZe keep up that level of gameplay, but maybe just show that little bit of composure right in the moments that matter to extend this series to a 4th game? Off the rip here, it's going to be Optic 4 dead. The perfect start, and Foul is already running that flag.
Ooh, let's see where he goes here. Baum was already at Fridge, and Baum gets a very good angle here, so they're going to have to slay just a little bit more. As it's 2v2 on the map for just a second, and actually FaZe falls 2. Optic Gaming all players alive, and Suppressed needs to play this very carefully.
Just trying to avoid Optic at the moment. He's not doing any damage. He's just trying to keep this camo in his hand so that he can reinitiate in a few moments' time. But the flag will go home, and you have to look at that as a big missed opportunity for an early flag cap.
I have a lot of thoughts, but much more importantly, Matt, I want to know your thoughts on the attempted run there and the choice on the route and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I feel like that should be a guaranteed cap, especially with camo. I feel like that's such a strong way to start the map. You're down 2. I feel like the games were so close. If you get that fast flag cap, you kind of forget all about that other stuff. But now it's going to be in your mind, we can't close these little scenarios out. I think that's going to bite them.
Curious if, even though it takes an extra second, curious if they should have thought about a high gen run or immediately in the util door. You know, of course, we had the advantage of observer mode, but a player like Bound is going to hit those shots if you let him walk out front, and that's exactly what they do. So as a result, we are tied up here still 0-0 off the opening.
Renegade flies in, cleans up 1. Looking to turn it into 2, but TriPPPeY's too good to let that opportunity slip through his fingers. Bound going to be challenging. That's another kill going down. Threat Seeker's going to give away the position of Lqgend as well, which means that TriPPPeY can try and position himself to get those shields back, but Optic communication seems to be on point. None of these one-shots are getting away at the moment, which means that Penguin's got to play this one nice and slow here on the car side.
One thing I got to say about FaZe, you have to hope with the pedigree in this roster, the experience, and even though there's going to be frustrating games 1 and 2, you have to think hopefully they're reminding themselves, guys, we are right here. We are toe-to-toe with this team, and we knew we could do this, and we're doing it on land. And all they need to do is change truly just a few things, and as we said earlier, just 1 or 2
Yeah,
kills.
they shouldn't be upset with how they're playing. Those are super close games, but it can be demoralizing when you see 2-0 in the series score, and you're kind of like, we have to win every game now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Penguin trying to back some players down on the pink tower from Optic with a couple of frag grenades. Suppress going to get his second camo of the game. Now, can he make something happen with this one? Formal taken down, leaves Optic 3 dead, and a very similar scenario to what we saw at the start of this game. This time they're going to run it into the gen, not making that same mistake twice.
This time a whole lot of cover.
Just like Bravo said, run it Engine, play it safe, especially if you have camo, you have so much time. Big kill by Suppressed.
Oh yeah, killing spree. That's going to leave 2 dead for Optic Gaming yet again. This run should continue. Almost did it to him. Raised my eyebrows too.
2v2 on the map,
I don't think they're going to cap this.
I was going to say, they've got to be very, very careful here, and this little start step might have actually helped.
Wow.
Because there was a couple of players flying through on the
Spawners
car
too,
side.
they're good.
Renegade's the only one in position to stop this one. They've got 2 players on the flag, but they've got to pick up a kill or 2, otherwise counter cap opportunity starts to raise its eyebrows, and we might be finding ourselves with Optic with a chance, but Penguin takes a smart route, waits for those shields. Looks like FaZe have done enough. We're tied up at 1-1.
That was a great play by Penguin by bringing it bottom gen. I think keeping it there, he for sure was dead and was not going to be able to run it. I think they're about to get counter cap though.
Absolutely done. Let's see. 3 dead now for just a moment. Falcated, though, is up and might be able to challenge Bound to the pink door without any trade. Very well done. Doesn't even go flashing. So instead, going to be able to fight another day on the back flag. Very nicely done from Foul.
He's done a really good job. Not just the double kill, but the fact that he stayed alive long enough to continue to get damage while the rest of FaZe come off of respawn. It's making this a little bit more awkward for Optic to get a clean run, and now you're seeing the respawners come back, wrap through the flag. FaZe do a great job there, and it's all based off of those 2 kills from Foul.
Yeah, really, really nicely done there. In the end, they will maintain there and fight off a very dangerous opportunity, as you were saying, Matt, for a counter.
I think this camo in 10, this is going to be a very good camo. Look how they're playing it. Suppress is hiding in their closet, not moving, waiting for Lqgend to peek.
I like how FaZe also really learned from that first pull, right? They were very deliberate, even with camo to high gen run. Pznguin played it so stutter-steppy in terms of actually capping. They're not taking risks. There was 7 players dead. Renegade after the chaos is the last player alive. He will come away with the camo and now wait for spawners.
So Renegade had no real right to come out of that with 1 kill, let alone 2. It was 2 grenades that went in when he was no shields on the car side, and 2 perfectly placed frags bring him that double kill, and as last alive opens the map up now for Optic.
Crazy from Renegade is the only player alive to be camo top mid and just looking for the damage in the base. He's damage hungry and in the end somehow stays alive through all this. Wanted it bad. Doesn't get it. 3 dead. TriPPPeY last player alive for FaZe.
Defensively, FaZe playing really good defense inside and around their flag map. How important that is that to make sure that like, you're clearing those players out, you're making sure that you stay alive. It's like you have to be a nuisance on your own side of the map. It's kind of like counterintuitive sometimes.
Yeah, especially Renegade with camo, you don't want to get hit. As soon as he gets a couple feet on you and you can't find him, it's not going to be good. But they're playing it super smart. They're standing still, covering all angles, and he just couldn't do anything.
Really well done there. You could just tell, it felt like Renegade wanted to go maybe a second or 2 earlier than the team was ready for, just shooting kind of and trying to get early damage in the base. In the end, flag going to come off the stand, 2 dead for Optic Gaming. 3 dead.
Bound will find 1. Flag will be returned, so both flags back at base, but the 50-yard line belongs to FaZe at the moment. They have some good map pressure. Lqgend's trying to fly up towards Pink to create some space for Optic to get out of spawn, but not going to be able to. He's going to be cut down, and Pznguin now looking for respawn, is trying to play off some damage, and with FaZe inside of the base and Optic with 2 dead, and you saw Pznguin getting information on last players alive. There's an opportunity here for FaZe to maybe go 2-0 up.
Really nice angling there as well. They're able to get 1 kill. Suppress waits for Shills now. He will go shroom stairs, but has some pressure coming in from both bottom Pink, top Pink, as well as bottom mid. Here comes the flood here. 3 dead. Pznguin, your last player alive. This will be returned.
I really like that run by Suppress. They're stuck back base, and he ends up pulling it. I think that's how you're supposed to cap on Aquarius. You just got to pull it, especially even if they're shooting, you just get it out, and you're probably going to guarantee to cap.
Right.
This time.
Especially if you're able to hit the right G-slides, getting the flag all the way back home. Lqgend now starting to run a car run. 2 dead for him, though, so he knows he's going to have to drop back and shoot. At least get a little bit of extra damage. Ideally, kills on the board as well. Pznguin, an important 1v1.
Wonder what happened with camo. Is it? I think it's burned.
A couple of big kills coming in. We'll keep an eye out for camo to see if it has been burned, but a couple of big like 1v1 wins there. 1 going the way of Pznguin, 1 going the way of TriPPPeY. Not only send that flag home, but allow now FaZe to start pressurizing and squeezing Optic on the spawn into the back of their base. So if they've got some frag grenades, they've saved those grenades and can move up the map. An opportunity for FaZe to get another flag pull here. And if they can be a little bit more efficient on those respawn kills.
You guys notice how FaZes keep trapping them in their base like over and over and over again?
Yeah.
They're playing it so slow, 1 P side, 3 engine side, and they're walking front base and just keep trapping them. It's really good plays by FaZe.
Finally, they fall 3 dead in the end, but I want to say also a little bit of deja vu here. There's no real kill leaders in the categories in terms of KD specifically, but it's once again TriPPPeY at 15 and 12 and Falcated on 13 as well. But with 3 dead, important 1v1, that TriPPPeY will win, making it 4 dead. You have to wonder, is this a deja vu scenario? It's FaZe Clan once again leading for so far over 50% of this game. Is Optic going to play spoiler? FaZe still needs to play either 4 minutes and 45 of defense or get another flag on the run. What do you think we're going to see here, Matt, from these guys?
I have a feeling Optic's going to come back. I don't think like a 1-0 lead is like you're not. It's so fast.
flimsy.
Yeah, it's so.
Flimsy.
I need 1 more to feel a little bit comfy. 1 is not comfy because you can even get double capped and the game's over. You're not even
you guys
safe.
just did it. You guys did it last year.
It can turn so fast. But I like the way FaZe is playing it, so I have a little bit more confidence. But the way Optic's playing.
Let's go. You guys just did it. Not that you remember it.
you were killing stuff in the back of the base, but yeah, you guys did that. Believe it or not.
Well, I think the worry here for FaZe is they've had opportunities, and they've only converted 1 of those opportunities so far. So, like you mentioned, it's a flimsy lead, it's a 1-0 lead, but how many times can you make a big defensive stand before Optic get it right, before they pick up a 3 dead off the respawn? FaZe have got to look to be aggressive, I think. They've got to look for that second flag. Still 4 minutes left in this game, and TriPPPeY, who has camo, is going to certainly give them an opportunity to find some kills. But again, it's clearing out their side of the base at the moment before they move forward. They want to be so specific in how they control the map.
TriPPPeY doing so well, leading the game in kills. Also looks like leading the game in KD as he hits the 18 mark. And like we said, that clean camo grab was important, but still, it feels like it's slow motion. Still 3.5 left that they have to play this exact same defensive style. It was 3 dead for FaZe.
Yeah, I feel like it's very equal. That FaZe got that cap, and it's just kind of like a back and forth. Nothing's really happening. I mean, that's okay with FaZe, though. Like, you're up 1-0, so, I mean, if it wants to go back and forth, the game will just end in your favor, so.
It does feel risky, though. Like you said, you're playing this defensive style, and all it will take is 3 dead at the wrong time.
Yeah, I've seen enough Aqua CTFs that finished with someone pulling a flag with 2 seconds left, and all of a sudden it's 1-1 and we're in overtime.
Decent damage out of Foul in the end. Does not get the melee, however. Will start to bring that flag out, which means Optic will have to reset, get the return, which will come in. And now, with less than 3 minutes left, they'll start the next push here. First kills do come in for FaZe on the defense.
Again, it's a big defensive kill though on the FaZe side, and they clear out their base once more. It's not the cleanest of strategies, but it's working for them at the moment, and they are picking up the pieces that they need. That thrust was vital to survivability there.
Well done by Falcated by playing his life like that. Those kills, especially like we're talking about those trades. If Former gets that kill, maybe this this collapse might not come in as
maybe
fast.
He drops
but like
back into fridge. All sorts of stuff can start to happen when you stay alive in
but
that
that kill is so huge.
And also, I love how he thrusted into like dual sight lines of like teammates. He's like, everyone help me.
And look at FaZe again, trapped in the bit. How many times have we seen this? It's like the 5th time they've done 4 in their base again. They're slowly collapsing.
Pznguin's trying to play his life. Falcate's running this flag. Foul turns and gets that kill, most importantly, onto Formal, because now he can cut the map. He can run it towards the straight stairs, and if he can get there,
2 dead.
The timing window just wasn't there as Lqgend came back off of the respawn for the second time and managed to cut him down, and now Bound with a double kill might just shut this flag down.
That was big. There was a table, a spawner.
Triple!
And look at it was 3 dead. A little bit of carnage here. Both flags out on the table.
I feel like FaZe is playing it so good, and then also so bad at the same time, because they have 4 in their base. They should be getting the flag out. I don't know if they're playing it, I don't want to say too slow, but these should be flag caps. If they're 4 stuck in their base, how are they getting out? They must be misplaying it somewhere, because it looks so good, and then they just can't finish the flag run. It gets to almost their front base every time, and they can't cap.
This is the big opportunity here. That nade!
TriPPPeY's nade, amazing from Lqgend.
Just stopped a cap, because both of those last 2 players alive are trapped in the fridge. They're damaged. But that nade has just slowed things down completely and sends it home. That was, I don't know if it's good fortune, a little bit of luck, whatever it was, but that nade from TriPPPeY is vital.
That's a year 4 nade. That's when you're sitting Lqgend, you know exactly where they're going to run it on table, and he pre-nades it with a plasma to stop what probably would have been a game-tying run at that stage. Absolutely crucial, and they hang on now. 1 minute left in the game. Can they hold?
I mean, it's been a game of slender margins, but Suppress winning big fights like that against Bound is going to stop Optic moving up the map, and every second that ticks past now, FaZe get closer and closer to winning this. But let's take ourselves back to the last 2 games, right? The first game, last few seconds, Optic get that up door break. They end up winning the game. Game number 2, a turnaround. Optic, big shot from Formal. They win that game. Do they have 30 seconds here in which they could create one more opportunity, tie this game up? Because in the first 2, they've shown that they have the capability to do something.
Feels like we've just been watching Normandy for 12 minutes here. Just absolutely Turtleton holding down the base. 20 seconds left for FaZe Clan with 2 dead. They should be able to hold here.
If you're FaZe, you do not want to turtle here. I think this is the worst thing you can do, but hopefully now that kill kind of should secure the win.
Yeah. Luckily, they're getting fed a bit here. They are turtling somewhat, but I think Optic knew they had to be aggro. 5 seconds left.
Yeah, that's going to be the game. There's no one in position for Optic to get up the map and get that flag cap. You saw the slightly disgruntled melee from Renegade as he runs across car, knowing that he's not going to be able to do anything to get that flag moving. And FaZe close out. I think that's the most important thing to take away from that game, and certainly the story of the series so far. FaZe will make this series interesting. Optic still lead 2-1.
Hey, as a neutral fan, I'm happy to see us going the distance in this series. We needed to see, I think FaZe has been waking up the entire series, looking better and better with each game, and now able to put a game on the board. But I gotta say, Matt, you of course have played this game type more than many people in the world. Pretty bizarre to see a hold like that, that length, right? It almost always breaks at some point, especially when you're looking at Optic Gaming. A pretty bizarre result there to go 12 minutes total with just 1 flag on the board.
Yeah, 1 flag is, I don't know when the last time I've seen a 1-0 flag game, especially how many times do we see FaZe have Optic 4 in their base and they're not capping. I think that's like maybe something they have to go back and watch and be like, how can we be a little bit more efficient or effective? Because they're just all trapped, and they'll get a kill and they still can't cap. So something's not working with that. But hey, walk out with the win, nothing you can complain about.
It felt like also maybe in these 50-50s, if they did lose flag at like table, bottom car, and everything like that, take a look at the damage numbers here. Big numbers coming in. Specifically, we're looking at Falcated there on 7600. But it felt like if the flag was down table or P1 car 1, they all of a sudden just had this like universal agreement to not try to run it because they don't want to get down while the enemy's pushing their table. So they were playing like the safest Halo like we've ever seen.
So they're trying to force the flag a little bit further and then slay on their side of the map?
Yeah, maybe they just weren't on the same page. Like, if they're all stuck in their base, you just have one guy, play super ratty and come up from like behind and just flank them, or you just have to all be efficient and relay the flag as fast as possible because they're stuck in their base. You're beating, the flag's already out. There's no way they can chase and catch up to you. So I think they're just maybe doing both and the timing's off, but hey, you got the one flag.
Got the job done.
Yeah, got the job done.
Got the dub, and I think a lot of that has to come down to that grenade that we saw from TriPPPeY as well, that plasma grenade, when Optic probably thought, Renegade probably thought, I've got this one moving, I've got them trapped in the closet, and I can get this one at least halfway across the map. The plasma grenade that was thrown down, a little bit of landmine.
Even this flag cap was a Gruler flag cap. It's like, we literally were like, oh, they're not going to cap that. And then it's like, he took that nice route, and then it ended up working out. But it was like, this game could have been 0-0 the entire time.
Interesting to talk about that flag cap as well, because the first kill that we saw as the flag started moving was onto Lqgend. And then we just saw there that it took them so long to get those spawn kills. That's the grenade that we were talking about from TriPPPeY a little bit earlier, but it took them so long to be efficient and picking up the next kills that it was actually Lqgend who jumped back on off of respawn and managed to get back across the map. So certainly something for FaZe to go back and look at, fixable for sure, because they're doing the hard work, it feels like, getting into the base, setting everything up, just the execution not perfect, but good enough to get that game on the board.
Exactly. I mean, look at the series so far, right? This has been as close as it really can get. 2-1 oddball recharge if you're just joining us. 50-47, Slayer on Origin, a comeback win. And 1-0, Aquarius CTF. One of the small handful of times we've ever seen that at this level of play. Will go to FaZe Clan in the end with a Normandy-esque defensive hold. Feels like I was watching something out of Call of Duty 2. And in the end, they hold. With honestly, it's a pretty impressive feat against a team like Optic Gaming. In the end, they will take the game, and now that sends us into game number 4.
Live fire strongholds. Who do you guys think is going to win?
Okay, I mean, with the way that kind of using the same arguments we were talking about before the series started, if we think about the way you have to play a live fire stronghold, and any strongholds for that matter, Optic should have this. FaZe has woken up to the speed, though.
You think fast-paced? That's what we're looking for?
I think FaZe fast-paced is going to be... It usually comes out on top. My thing is with, you look at this FaZe roster, I can see him locking down a 2-cap. You know what I mean? Like if they lock down a 2-cap, exactly, lock down the 2-cap, it might not be pretty, it might not be like the best way to win the game.
You just win your 1v1s though. That's
win the
it's
ones.
like sit back B, you know, suppress 5 somebody. It's like, well, now
get
you have
your trades.
Yeah, just get your trades. It's not like, you don't need to be, this map is super fast, but you can also hold the 2s and, you know, mix up the pace. And I think FaZe is, you know, kind of picking it up, and they're also shooting really well. So
yeah, it could be that simple, right? Hold your, like you said, win your 1s, hold your 2. The second you get a glaring opportunity, get your trip. Hold the next 2 if you need to.
It's going to come down to sniping camos. That's all I'm going to say. So
Well, let's see who gets it
Very
first.
royal 2 of you.
That's no objective flag, at least, to worry about on this game time.
My bad.
It's all good. You can see Pznguin and Falcated going to combine it. It was Optic who made like a really strong push top middle for that sniper rifle. TriPPPeY's going to find it. Can he line up 2? No bound. Alongside Form was going to do enough to make sure that that sniper rifle isn't going to be contested. But early scoring is actually going to go to the side of FaZe, and Falcated.
Wow, that's an unlucky nade.
It's going to be a return of the trade.
Oh my God.
Val wins it!
The Dirt ate that nade in the most top-mid Guardian nonsense way I've seen. Trip cap off the rip.
It's a hungry dirt, man.
I'm throwing my head back after that. Yeah.
That nade was, it's tragic, man. There's too many of those little nooks and crannies.
And Renegade spawns into the sniper again. And Camo, what did I say? Both of these.
What did you say? You were right.
I'm never wrong. Just early.
B and
I like that from you.
It's going to be under the control of Optic. But it was a great start for FaZe. They had a momentary triple cap initially, and it was this camo that's kind of turned the favor of the game back into Optic. They had the BC hold at the moment, and with Renegade with the sniper rifle, BNC is kind of what you want. You can hold so many good angles with height. I mean, this is the kind of position that I imagine you would very much enjoy being in right now, Matt.
Gotta say, Renegade giving Lucid a run for his money in the hair department. Another snipe top mid as well. Picks up a clean double kill, killing spree. 3 dead for FaZe, and the reset comes in.
This is what I was worried about with the snipers. It's as soon as you get the power weapons, look, John, Renegade, snipe camo.
Hey.
Just holding every angle. Now it should be some free points for a while, and they're just holding the slow 2-cap.
And even on Big Door, if you just body someone, it is so frustrating.
You have to walk away. There's nothing you can do.
It is. I mean, it buys you, like you said, so much time there, and just like that, it's already.
And look how cautious Renegade's playing.
Oh my God, little rotate there. Lqgend, in the end, picking up another kill on Suppress, so it will be 2 dead again for FaZe.
He's hitting this.
3 dead
Skybox.
Here. TriPPPeY last player alive. He's forced to retreat bottom mid as well. Like you said, free time here.
You see how slow he's playing too? He's playing his life. Like, he just knows you have a 2-cap. There's nothing, you just don't die. As long as you don't die, look how paranoid they are. They're like, Renegade's still alive. We can't kill him.
Yep. That's one of the great things about the BC hold, right? You have tower, essentially, to play rounds, to play from. So you have all of these great angles. You have the opportunity to just rain down fire. And FaZe are trying to play for B at the moment, but Optic just getting good damage and just picking up those trades one after another.
4 dead. TriPPPeY's your first spawner, and he's trying to get the damage. Finally, it will come in with Big Door. Finally, the push comes to green, so the timing actually does work out where FaZe might be able to pick up a few picks here.
Should be able to flip B over. Last 2 players alive are going to be top middle. Not sure if Formal had camo there or if he was just sneaking in the top of the vent, but yes, indeed, he does have that camo. So the second one in a row is going to go to Optic Gaming, and even though FaZe are scoring, you would imagine Formal can make a play to at least give them an opportunity to convert. And the 3 players from FaZe inside of A, all of this information is being relayed to his teammates right now.
Playing this pretty slow here. Not getting any damage just yet. So far, just info, as you said, but in the end, they will get the 2 dead. They have the man advantage here, and it's well timed from Formal. Good patience. You could do that when you have a lead like this in an early game. Of course, the Strongholds leads to 3 dead. It will be a staggered and delayed 4 dead if they kill Suppressed on bags. Formal will do it himself.
I'm surprised the pacing of Optic. It's not as fast as you guys were kind of were assuming. Like, we're thinking like maybe they'd be running around trying to go for 3 caps. They're actually the ones doing the 2 caps.
Yeah. I was thinking the same exact thing as soon as we saw the early 2 cap hold with the top tower, but I also like that from Formal, right? I think a lot of players would have been tempted to go scoreboard and even just get a better angle, let alone damage. Instead, he took the real... Oh, jeez. Renegade picks another back of the dome.
It's 10 and 2, by the way.
What did I say? Snipers camos.
You said it.
And now you just...
11 and 2. It's going to become 12 very soon, isn't it? You get that feeling. Suppressed is going to challenge, and there it is indeed. 12 and 2, positive 10 for Renegade as Optic break 100 points.
And at this time here, the 108 mark, Optic Gaming looking the best they have in quite some time, especially if you consider all 12 minutes of that Aquarius CTF. Let's get into a listen-in now with Optic Gaming in the lead.
Watch out, bottom mid, tripping.
2 dead, 3 dead.
Let's go, come in, maybe.
Tigers pushing you, pushing you.
Go see him.
Me too.
Hold me.
On me, see.
I'm looking down, he's still down. I have you. Don't move.
Nice, guys.
Look at big.
Just tap and see.
I'm here.
Yo, cut some shot. Yo, go to tower, man. Go to tower. Cross.
On hill weak.
We can see. Just never die off tower. Never die off tower, man. Never die. We can give C, you can take it back.
To want to see.
Double door one. One time
Camo's coming 10.
Three cuts.
Top.
I can
One shot.
Camo's coming now. We're giving it. We're going to have to give it. Yo, in the vent. Time on the vent.
Just top John. Give me on your net.
One dummy door me.
One try put. Yo, 2 put. Not 3 put.
Getting on camo.
Get her.
Screens. You don't have no hope.
Well, Optic looking confident. There's some things we want to talk about from that listening that we certainly, completely and utterly understand, but were quite funny also to listen to. But Optic looking very, very good at the moment, and it's all been from that pickup of the sniper rifle from Renegade. He has taken this game over.
Yeah, all 3 of us were just kind of laughing at everything because it was such perfect play from Optic Gaming, and I also think that listening gave us a taste of what to expect from this 2025 Optic Gaming roster. Renegade is like holding off dummy door single-handedly with great nades and peak shooting, and then you hear Formal and comms like, I got you, do not move. And when you hear Formal say something like that, you're like, okay, I'm not going to move, I got it. And then the next thing, off of the rip, Renegade just tells, I think the comms, Matt, were stay alive, tower, never die.
Yeah, he goes, never die. he goes, trust.
Yeah,
and Formal's like, Formal instantly hit a G slide at top tower. It's like, all right, he said trust. Like, you got, as soon as you say trust, like, you need to trust.
I love the specificity of the comms from 2 of the best shooters to ever play the game. They were do not move and do not die. And man, has it ever worked? 4 dead. But Trip Cap on the other side now. Let's see if they can make the comeback.
I think this quantum's really huge. He can make some plays and go straight back to B, especially with the Trip Cap.
Just free damage, essentially, for Pznguin at this point. Really is able to overextend with this QT. Can pressurize so many.
Yep. Can get a new angle if he needs to.
Quantum back A flat.
Might. Doesn't need to.
Okay, my bad.
In the end, used it to stay alive. Had the trade after the trade in mind.
I like this by FaZe. They're keeping them staggered.
Renegade got sniped though.
That's a 6 for John.
Renegade got sniped again. Can they shut him down? But look at the score. 177 to 130 now. And all of a sudden, this game is looking more manageable for FaZe, but Renegade once again just hitting headshot after headshot at the moment.
They need to get it out of his hands.
I like how,
Jesus. Oh my goodness.
I like how just when you think that Renegade is not going to check dummy door, he like fakes and goes right back to checking pillar door. Unbelievable now. Still, though, we got to mention 177 to 152. This game is much, much closer. It was a good run from FaZe, but still a lot of Halo to play.
Yeah, finally Renegade's getting taken down, and as you can see, now it's Falcated's turn to take over this sniper rifle. Not a huge amount of ammo, actually just the one bullet to play with, but Optic are 3 dead again, and FaZe have stayed in this, most importantly, and they are now moments away from getting back into a lead here that they had right at the start of this game, and for the first time they get the camo as well. So sniper rifle out of the hands of Optic.
Dude,
almost did a backflip over the coach.
Matt and I, we're watching Kedor wondering, this is, and thinking this is all a great opportunity, timing-wise, to pop this camo.
Yeah, he starts getting shot mid-jump. If he would have died there, I would have.
Would not have been good.
Yeah.
That is playing with fire, but Falcade doing it well. QT is going to be up here, but he's just going to hold this contest. Has to fight Nest as well as B. That's going to be a nice little reset. 2 dead for both sides.
Just better get the QT here and just play around the player in Nest.
What a swing again.
199. Looks like Optic are playing for the ends, though. You can see they've overextended towards the scoreboard here. They're going to try and flip A, and they're going to do exactly that. And Falcated not dealing with bound quick enough to really put pressure onto any of these other strongholds. And now you're seeing Optic taking some map away from them and really starting to pressurize.
Ooh, here comes the speed. 2 dead here. Nice pressure coming in from Renegade. Also, the death stick does not come in, which allows Renegade to do that damage. 3 dead. TriPPPeY was your last player live on pillars. He will fall. Falcated already in mud, though. And actually, it's going to be 5 dead there. First spawner gets taken down as well, which brings a big opportunity for points on the board for Optic.
First ever 5 dead. It's the first time you said 5 dead, I think.
I think it all the time.
Lqgend now, just his job is to protect B. You can see the FaZe are trying to flood, they're trying to pressure, but Suppress is going to be the first pick. Sniper rifle is coming up. And with the game essentially tied around the 200-point mark, Sniper's camos, it was something you were highlighting from moment one here. It could be the game winning.
I see Renegade going for the snipe again. This is going to be his 5th snipe.
23 and 11.
Yeah, I think FaZe needs to be playing for the snipe. They keep dying right before, and it's still up, actually.
Triple cap here for FaZe momentarily. Pznguin and Suppress, they're going to get a couple of kills. It's bound this time, though. He's got the sniper rifle, trying to keep it in his hands. Renegade will at least give him a little bit of space to run away as he picks up a kill himself. Actually picks up a double at the back of B. Formal will find another. They'll get the reset, or at least the contest onto B here. They do indeed get the reset somehow, or the TriPPPeY.
TriPPPeY goes intergalactic on us somehow.
Some sort of quantum physics being broken there.
Dodges that snipe. Formal somehow stays alive, gets the help that he needed. A lot of pressure here on B.
It's getting scrappy. It's getting very scrappy. 2v2 now around B. Suppress has that sniper rifle. He's got Renegade in front of him. It's the body, but it's not the headshot. And that could be the difference between B being going to Optic and FaZe, and it's going to be Optic who flip it.
Wow, big 1v1 there in the end, and they get the spawns to green as well. Things could have been quite different now. 230 on the board for Optic Gaming.
Renegade's back on bridge with that sniper rifle as well. It looks like FaZe are trying to pressure towards C. Formal is going to be there to try and do a little bit of work. QT going to be picked up here, but C is going to be flipped over into the hands of FaZe. So they're going to be the team scoring here. Optic don't need many points here, and you can see with the way that Renegade is playing, he's trying to secure this sniper rifle and some kills, but Suppress is going to get picked up with camo.
Oh, man. You take him out.
I'm not a fan of him shooting there. I think you're having 2 cap. He has all the camo. He has like 15 seconds left of camo. I think you just don't shoot your gun.
TriPPPeY last player alive at green. They're going to try to flood this and collapse. TriPPPeY might be able to somehow stay alive.
Taken down by
finally, yeah, taken down by Formal. 242 on the board.
This might be the final moments here. Suppress, he's already desperate in towards B. He's not going to be able to get there. Falcated nowhere near a stronghold, and it is going to be Optic in yet another back and forth game, who closed the series out 3-1. FaZe gave it everything, but the big moments, it felt like in that series in general, belonged to Optic.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sniping camos, we just saw, I think Renegade had, what, 15 snipe kills that game?
Yeah,
at least. Like, it was, I wish I could see the power up in kills. It is ridiculous.
28 and 13 in the end. We'll take a look.
Assists as well, like just consistent work from him.
That camo play at the end.
I
don't want to say I'm the biggest fan, but
you and I were thinking the same thing. I think you have time, right? Because even with camo at pillars, right? The best. I think when you engage for pillars, it needs to be last player alive or last 2. It's just risky. You're
especially
so
they had a 2 cap, right?
Yeah.
Like they have think about it. It's like the clock's on your side. They're ticking. They're the ones being nervous. They're like, oh, they have camo. Where's he going to go? Yeah. But as soon as you make the play with camo, they're like, oh, nice. We know where the camo guy is, and he's just out in the middle. Especially, they should know Renegade has snipe. That should be a calm going on with the team.
It's only comparative to the way that Formal played with that camo a little bit earlier on, where he's waiting for his teammates to initiate.
Right. That's a perfect example. Yeah, think of how slow Formal
plays
played
off
that
of that with the camo, and it makes a difference. Do we have to watch this back?
We do.
heartbreaking moment. The mod always wins.
Here we go, though. I mean, the Renegade camo show. This was just, man, and then rotating, picking the perfect angles. Let's not forget, though, it was not a runaway game for Optic Gaming. Despite leading 89-50, then leading 102-61, FaZe were able to get back in this.
Well, look at the score of the game, and look how many power-up and kills we've seen. Like, imagine if Renegade doesn't have these snipe kills, or how many camos do they have? 3, 4?
Easily,
it's like,
yeah.
It's that close, and they don't have any power weapons or anything. So it's like, they should even be happy with themselves. Like, if we just, you know, secure a couple snipers, the game's completely in their hands. It still was winnable, even with all this going on.
Absolutely. This was nervy here. Somehow stays alive. And we almost lost it. Thank goodness doesn't trade there with the camo. But at that moment, let's not forget, FaZe was leading at the 188 mark. But in the end, if that headshot...
Again, think back to the Collie game, right? Think back to the Origin game.
Here's the camo.
You hit that headshot, like Formal did, it's a game changer. But the camo, like you say,
so they were losing A at the same time.
First down.
Which maybe even is more reason to play slow.
Yeah, I don't mind that play, like him walking and shooting the guy B. I think because it looks like they timed it, like he was going to walk back B and then he's going to shoot him on the wing. But I think you can also shoot him but not be exposed to like he started walking forward and shooting. It's like you can shoot from the pillar door. And just have cover. But it's like, and also you got to know that Renegade has snipe. I feel like that should have been like, he just instantly gets body shotted and you just fall over. It's like,
well, I just want to say a huge thank you for joining us.
It was awesome having you here.
It was
so good.
We're going to have to send you on our way because we've got Bounty's going to come and join us on the couch after the Optic win. But dude, that was fun.
It was so fun having you here.
Feel free to come back anytime.
Anytime, all season.